Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa, where last episode we declared war on the Papal State and are expanding into Italy here. Unfortunately for us, Aragon coattailed us and are here first. That is very sad indeed. So that means that we're probably not going to get anything out of this, and we're probably going to need to look for something else entirely. The question is, what is that going to be? Well, I'm thinking we probably don't want to go after Venice. I believe we determined that previously. So as a hypothetical, yeah, Canada and Scandinavia, definitely not. So there's options like these revolutionary states here, allied with Commonwealth, so definitely not there. Allied with Switzerland and Ferrara. An interesting option. Definitely interesting. However, probably no on that one. So this is Ferrara here, and this would be Revolutionary Switzerland up here. How strong is Revolutionary Switzerland? 142k. That would be strong enough to cause us to have to move more troops over. So I would prefer to avoid that, if at all possible. This is Italy down here. I wouldn't mind fighting Italy, hypothetically. Again, they're strong enough to force us to move troops over, and I have no idea what their alliances are. Aragon and Mantua? Okay, so Aragon means that that's a no. We'll have to find somewhere else to expand, but I'm not sure where just yet. So that's all fine for now. We can choose a new idea group. I don't think there's any good reason to do so at this moment. Now, currently, we're being limited by our diplomatic tech, but we have no corruption issues at this moment. Revolutionary Commonwealth is at war with Aragon again. Fascinating. We definitely accept that. We want them to damage each other. Unfortunately, Revolutionary Commonwealth is probably going to become more powerful out of it, and we should probably do something about this. I want to improve relations with them again. So that will be fine, and I do want to continue to work on building counting houses. There's actually only the 2 to be put in right now. So let's check in on Great Temples. None to be built. And then manufactories. There are a few of these that we can put in. Okay, that sounds good. So that is all fine. So we're up to 7% at this point. It feels like we were higher than that, but probably Aragon shuffled some troops around. I think I saw it go negative for a little bit there. Hang on. If Aragon shuffled troops around... Oh. Okay. Well, they didn't do it correctly, then. We're now in charge of this siege. So that's a thing. So the way that you have to do it is you have to move in your replacement force. You have to leave at least 1 unit sieging, move in your replacement force, and then move out that unit. They don't appear to have done that. I did see this go negative briefly, so I think they shuffled their forces, and when they did that, they gave us leadership of the siege. Well, I mean, sure, we'll take it. They were jerks for declaring their coattail anyway. So that sounds good. This siege is up to 28% now, and that will continue for a while. Rio de Prado is building a spy network. No shockers there. And we're going to continue to work on these manufactories. There's actually only the 1 left at this point. Wow, we're making so much money. 270 gold per month. I love it. Okay. So that looks great. That's all of those manufactories done. We just gained 50 admin power, which will be very useful. And then the question is, do we want to build any great temples? Do we want to build any counting houses? Actually, yes, we do want to build a couple of counting houses here. Okay, so we're going to get those going. That seems wonderful. And I cannot believe that they actually made that mistake. That is hilarious. I mean, it's not a huge gain for us, but it's still really funny to take over the Papal State as a non-Catholic, so that's what we're doing. It's amazing. So what's going on down here? The Papal State's army apparently retreated down over here and is occupying this Aragonese territory. Okay. Well, we had a comet sighted. The economy, fools. Indeed. So we lose the stability there. That's fine. This siege will continue for approximately ever, it feels like, but in actuality, it'll be over any moment now. So that sounds good. Hang on. These are counting houses. Yes, those are good. We did just lose a general, and it was the general in charge of this army. Okay, well, we're up to 71%. Now 92. Yeah, they're shuffling their forces around again. Okay, the siege is over, and it is occupied by us, as expected. Beautiful. So now we're at 99%. The question is, do we vassalize them, or do we take it? Obviously, we take it. So this is going to be 18.5 aggressive expansion, and we're going to take any gold that they have. Wonderful. The Papal State has ceased to exist. Absolutely wonderful. So I'm going to roll up a new leader here. This is going to be this guy. Very mediocre. What's our supply limit here? 57? Okay, that's not a problem. We can seize land, which we are definitely going to do. Yes, this is a good time to do that. Cool. So that looks magnificent, and we're going to start coring that. That's giving us 20.9% overextension. Wonderful. I don't think we can dismantle the papacy in Europa, can we? No, that's pretty much a Crusader Kings thing. That's fine. So I wouldn't mind getting a third army over here in Maghreb. The question is, do we have the capability to do that? Well, we would be over by like 15 units. Actually, like 17 units. So that would be a concern, for sure. There are things we could do to do something about that. Specifically, we could grab conscription centers. So I would sort by cost here, low to high, and we would grab, these would only be +1 in these areas, but these would be upgrades. So we could definitely get those. Those aren't even going to use a building slot. Then we can sort by building slots here. And we could do additional upgrades here. But instead, I want to check in counting houses, great temples. There is a decent great temple to be built. And then manufactories, yeah, okay. So that definitely all still needs some work. So that is fine. Now, we could be building some conscription centers here, and I think that that is actually the way to go. So we're going to be building, let's see, we already got 2 currently. So this would be 4, 6, 8, 10, and then we would need more gold. Okay. So this would be 12. Tunisian particularists. Okay, this is in our vassal. Our vassal will handle that. Wonderful. So that would be 14, and we know we needed 17. So that's okay. We'll just wait for the gold. That is 16. And then we need 1 additional. I'm going to build it down here, actually, because there's 2 building slots available here. Okay, I want it to be in here still. We lost a general. We'll deal with that in just a moment. Just waiting for this income. There we go. So that should be good. Where's this general at? Down here? Sure. So we're going to roll up a new one. It's only costing 21 military power. That's a lot of fire there. At this stage of the game, fire is very, very good. So we're quite pleased with that, to be honest. So we're building a lot of buildings at this moment. No doubt about that. I do want to come down over here and recruit a single unit of westernized Central American infantry. There we go. New trade research is heretical. We don't have prestige anyway. Sure. Okay, so that looks fine. Of course, counter-revolution is what's destroying our prestige right now. So that's okay. Charismatic negotiator is not bad for our heir. And we are going to need a new general here. Now, note that we are going to be paying 1 military power each month in maintenance for this. That's understood. And we're going to get these guys drilling. Now, we're going to need to have 4 units of cavalry here, and then approximately 1 trillion units of Central American infantry. That was 1 too many. We lost another general. Okay, I need to go into the unit queue, which, how do we get there again? It's in here. Okay, we cancel this one. And it was here that we lost our leader? Okay, we're going to roll up a new one. That'll do. And we're back to drilling. Yes, we have too many military leaders. That's understood. I'm not too concerned about it. At this point, all we need is this last military tech to be capped. So that's not a problem. And then we're going to need to have 22 cannon in theory, but in actuality, our combat width is only 40. So we are going to keep this at 20. And this is indeed going to bring us up over our force limit, and that's fully expected. That was one too many cannon again. Okay, let's see about getting rid of one of those. There we go. Perfect. So that'll do for now. Now, do we want more manufactories? Actually, the answer to that is yes. So we'll get this one going. We got our House of Worship in Canary built. Perfect. And I would love to get another agenda. What do we got? Base tax in Satuda, pass. Building a university for 35 of each type of power, that's pretty decent. Or a base production for building a marketplace, trade depot, or stock exchange. I'm going to take that. So we're going to put that here, and we're interested in building, eventually, a stock exchange. We are going to need to wait for a month tick. So let's do that. And we'll get that going. Perfect. Blood sacrifice. Actually, yes, we will do this. So, 50 admin power, or a stability maybe? We got the admin power. Cool. That is not bad. So that's absolutely wonderful. We've got this force under recruitment, and we should at this point be not over our land force limit. Are we going to be over our land force limit? Probably a little bit, but not much. We're going to get a couple more conscription centers done pretty soon, so this should be fine. Beautiful. I want to get another manufactory going here. There we go. That'll be fine. And then a great temple? No. No great temples right now. Okay. Over here, a counting house, 1.34. That is a good counting house. And it actually went up to 1.35 there. Beautiful. We could actually build a furnace somewhere. And we should. We should definitely do that. We're going to get that going. That's going to be 15 ducats per month. That's huge. Absolutely enormous. So now we're just waiting on this final cannon to be fielded here. And then this army will be completed and good to go. So that's phenomenal. We can see that we are at 462 out of 474. Okay, this went up more than expected. This is probably because of our percentage increases from our ideas. We had the flat 2 per conscription center, but that goes up by a decent chunk. You can see here 33% for full quantity and another 15% for Grand Army. So that's probably where that extra land force limit is coming from. And that's fine. We are delighted to see that. Okay, so we probably have, yeah, 1 base production here. Perfect. We probably have additional constructions to do, but no counting houses. No great temples right now. What about manufactories? No, actually. Okay, that's fine. We can be building town halls with this, and that's absolutely fine to do. So we're going to build town halls, and this is going to reduce our admin cap. There's a lot of town halls that we can build. No doubt about that. But who else do we want to go to war with? Well, we're still coring up over here. And actually, we should mothball this fort. There we go. That'll be for the best. And the unrest here is currently 11.3. So that's noted. Revolution is fully present here. Okay. So that's absolutely noted. And we're just at this point going to wait for this core to finish, and then we'll full core this as soon as we can. We'll have to make the state, I think? Yes. Cool. So we make the state, and now we're going to do a full core. Perfect. And we were very, very close, I think, to getting our next admin tech, so let's certainly think about that. Our national bank is having problems, and, I mean, we're at 0 inflation right now, with our inflation naturally going down by 0.35. I'm going to take the inflation here. It'll be gone in just a few years, around the end of the game. So that will be wonderful. We can convert another province, and that is, of course, Molise, and we're going to do exactly that. We just lost our diplomat, and we should probably have another one of these. I don't really care about the spy network construction exactly, but we'll get this guy going for the sweet, sweet diplomatic power. That will be wonderful. Okay. So this is looking wonderful as well. We're going to be capped in military technology probably before this 10 years is up. Yeah, we're going to have this in 4 years. There's not much else that we want to spend our military power on, to be honest. So this is fine. I'm really not too concerned about it. So, who else do we want to attack over here? I would love to have an opportunity to attack Italy. That would be ideal, but with them allied with Aragon, would Aragon join right now, though? They're currently being wrecked by the Commonwealth. That's an interesting question. They wouldn't, but France would join, so that's right out. We're not going to fight France. Okay, so with that in mind, what if we fought Aragon directly? Italy would join. Is that a problem, though? We would probably do... We could do core return, giving this stuff back to Tunis. That would be an interesting thing to do, for sure. So, just thinking about numbers here. We know that we have 18, 18, and 18, right? So that would be 36 and then 52, I believe. 52 infantry over here. They have 178 that they can bring in. And Italy is definitely going to respond to this. So that would be mildly problematic for us. Mostly because we would be angling to take this territory, right? But what if we just exited out here? What does Italy have navally? 292. Okay, so that's probably not a terribly viable option for expansion. I'm definitely very... Ooh, hello. I'm very, very interested in expansion. There's no doubt about that. But as of right now, that might not be an option. I am, however, thinking about boosting up the size of our navy. Yeah, I'm strongly considering this. So we could get additional heavy ships, and that would be bringing this up to probably 50 heavy ships. We'll need gold for that, of course. And we'll just let that come on in. What are we at right now? 222? Sure. So we're doubling our number of heavy ships. Delhi rivaled us. Okay. Weird things happen when you're a great power. So there's 50 heavy ships. And from there, we could think about expanding our number of light ships and frigates as well. So we have space for an additional roughly 70 ships here. So we could bring this up to, say, 75 and 75. And that would be reasonably fine. So we would just bring this up to 75. There we go. And then for frigates, 75 as well. So that's going to take some time to get all those ships in. That brings us up to 283. Okay, we gained admin power for that. Cool. So we could definitely expand these further. And I'm going to do so. I'm going to take these up to 85. And then I'm going to take these up to 85 as well. So it won't let me queue these up because we don't have the cash. There we go. So that puts us at 303 out of 304. That looks good. Now, I do want to grab this admin tech, Revolutionary Ideals. That'll be wonderful. Production efficiency plus 20% is huge. Absolutely enormous. So that is great. Now, we could, in theory, grab an additional, like, 18 troops before we broke our land force limit. That's noted. I'm mostly interested in expansion in Europe. Yeah, France would join here, but if we attacked Aragon, France would not join. We would go for reconquest CBs. So that would be stuff down over here, right? We'd look to give a lot of this back to Tunis. So that would definitely be interesting to do. The real thing that we're going to need, of course, is we're going to need our navy to exist down here. So we're going to need to bring in a lot of these navy constructions. These are all queued up in Malise. That's a weird place for them to be queued. I'm going to be honest. Okay. So, with that being the case, I'm going to cancel all of the unit production here, and apparently we have to do these one at a time. There's no, like, shift or control click to cancel all. But I'm going to do that, and we're going to sail our navy back where we can actually build a little faster. So, that'll be a good thing to do. We know what we need at this point, and we're just going to, yeah, no navies in queue for construction. We're going to sail back over to, like, here. We just lost a military leader up over here. So let's go ahead and roll one up. There we go. Perfect. So we converted the heretics of Molise. That's fine. That is absolutely great, in fact. And our navy is sailing on back. Perfect. So we'll be arriving back, and we're going to be building here. We'll sell this. That's a lot of gold. And I would like to, again, queue this up to 50. And then these were up to 85. And then 85 here. We don't need more transports. We're just going to do that. These are all building in Borican. Why is it doing it this way? Okay. I guess we'll cancel it here and let's move it back to Satuda. Maybe this is still too far away. We'll move it to our capital. That's very strange, though. I don't know why it's queuing these all in one province when we have all of these provinces to shipbuild in. Okay. Well, let's move this right on back to Satuda. It should not take us long to get there. Excellent. So here we are back in Satuda, and now let's try queuing this up and see how that goes. Looks like that is actually queuing up semi-properly. Yeah, this is way better. This is how I want it to be building, massively in parallel. There we go. That's good. So that'll be fine. It will take time to get all of those constructions built. That's understood. And we're going to get some manufactories going here. There's quite a lot of decent ones, actually. We'll get those going. Beautiful. Lots and lots of manufactories to invest in. So we're currently making over 300 ducats per month. Rio de Prado is building a spy network to no one's surprise. Literally no one is surprised about that one. We can start to invest in economic or diplomatic ideas. I do want to get our diplomatic tech up a bit. That is definitely going to be necessary. And we're going to grab this final mill tech fairly soon. It's too expensive, for sure. So we're going to drop off our trade efficiency a little bit, but that is fine for now. Cool. So it's currently July. We'll have enough to do this in May of next year, so that will carve 10% off of the max price. So that's understood. We just took attrition somewhere? No. Okay. Sure. Not sure exactly what's going on with that one, but whatever. Let's continue to build manufactories. That looks good. The crooked charlatans in Illinois are spreading discontent amongst our populace. Very rude of them. But this is fine. We have designs on Europe. We're not trying to take over all of the Americas. So that is absolutely okay. Aragon is no longer a valid rival for us. Ah, revolutionary Naples exists. And revolutionary Sicily as well. Okay. So, as a hypothetical, if we were to declare right now, Italy would join. We don't want to declare right now. We're close to wanting to declare, though. So we're going to seize land here. That looks good. Excellent. And we, of course, need a new rival. So Aragon is no longer viable. I think we're going to go with Italy. There we go. That'll work. So I would love to build an additional manufactory. Let's get that going. We need a bunch more of these, and that's completely understood. Okay, we can invest in a new tech, and we lost a military leader as well. Is this our mil tech? It is. So losing this military leader is going to delay this by like a couple of months. That's okay. That's a good leader, though. So we'll extract their heart, and that brings us up to... Oh, we actually can do this. It's because the cost went down. Sure. There's no reason not to take this. So we'll do it. That looks good. That looks good. Absolutely wonderful. We are capped in our technology now. Okay, this is Tunisian separatist. We don't care about that. And we're going to get our dip tech fairly soon here. So that looks wonderful. Legitimacy or admin power? We're going to take the admin. So that is fine for now. And we are going to continue to build manufactories here while we're waiting on our naval expansion. So the naval expansion is going to take a little bit of time, for sure. And we are going to... We're going to grab this person. Actually, there's no point, is there? We don't need additional military power at this point. So we're better off going with, like, the manpower modifier. None of these are fantastic, but we're going to go with this guy. He's a lot cheaper, too, so that's nice. Cool. I would like to continue to work on expanding our economy. 2 base production there. Okay. That's not bad. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode is going to maybe be the final episode. I think next episode will likely be the penultimate episode. We're getting very close, at any rate, so that is fine. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Andy Magar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse Xenocyte, Hiro Marutsu, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.